Five habits, guys, for success as a business loan broker and happiness in life. And who doesn't want success and happiness in life? Personally, I believe success and happiness are really what most of us want, clearly. But despite that, I think that so many of us rarely do achieve it. And for the record, I am not saying in any way, shape or form that success and happiness is determined by how much money we have. I think we all know very rich, unhappy people. It's a personal choice. Both of these things are a personal choice and can mean many things to different people. But I do believe that if you randomly ask, say, 10 people if they felt that they were successful and living a life of happiness, I actually think that you'd get 10 people saying they really not really nailed it at all, which means I think there's a lot of unhappy, unsuccessful people out there, or those that believe that to be the case. And that's the entire reason of this video. It's about success as a business loan broker, because that's kind of what we do, and happiness in life, right? Because again, who doesn't want to be happy in life? They go kind of together. Now, you can apply this to any situation in life. So what I'm going to share here is not some God-given revelation or anything like that. We all know this stuff. But I find that in the chaos that can be our lives, we often forget it. Now, I do say this a lot. Success as a loan broker is definitely not about how you get your leads, how you qualify your deals, what lenders you should be having, etc., etc. Those are the nuts and bolts, as I like to call them. And, they are actually useless, in my opinion, if you don't have the right framework to use them. And that framework, I think, comes down to your habits, our habits. And I've talked about this a lot on other videos on our channel, but in this video, I actually want to get into the specifics. So let's first establish two simple facts. What is a habit? Now, a habit is something that you do repetitively, and often without even thinking about it. Habits are formed through our experiences and reactions to life, right? And, a lot of the time, our habits are actually not at all helpful to us achieving the success and that happiness that we actually seek. They cause the opposite. And so what is happiness? Well, it's personal. It's an emotional state of being, a feeling of contentment and joy, essentially. Our happiness is completely up to us, in my opinion. It's a choice. I believe everything is a choice. But the trouble these days is that we seem to be taught that our happiness isn't up to us. It's something controlled by others, that it happens to us. And it can seem that way because our habits are often the key reason we aren't happy, when actually all we need to do here is create new habits that are conducive to leading a life of success and happiness. Remember this, guys. Your success as a business loan broker, your success at life, and ultimately your happiness is your choice. It is really that simple. So before I continue, I better just introduce myself for those of you guys out there that don't know who I am. I'm Gavin Bird. Now, we're an online business loan brokerage located in the United States, and we also run a training program where we teach anybody, regardless of background, one-on-one, how to become a successful business loan broker. And on that note, here are my 5 habits for success as a business loan broker and happiness in life. And number 1, know and measure what you want. Now, we all need to know what we want out of our lives, but mostly I think we rarely do. It's a really hard question to answer in detail when we try. What is your life and goal vision, as an example? Do you know the answer to that? Those goals can be financial, they can be personal, like a relationship or our health. They can really be anything. There are no rules here, guys, because it's your life. Whatever your goals are, they are your goals. What's important to you? What are you looking for this profession of business loan brokering to provide you specifically? So get really clear on that and then start measuring your achievements as you work towards your goals. Why measure, you might be asking? Well, because we also want to be happy, right? That's the key end goal. Us humans get our contentment, we get our satisfaction and our joy, and ultimately our happiness from accomplishments. If we are not measuring any of those accomplishments along the way of that journey to achieving success, we're just aimless. We're just doing stuff, right? We're going nowhere. We're just doing a bunch of stuff. No idea what we're going to do. So we have to get really clear and measure ourselves as we do it. And that is very important if you want to do number 2 effectively. And number 2 is you've got to say no 99% of the time. When working on any business and really just living life, it's vital that you keep focus on only those things that move your needle, the things that will ultimately make you money, make you that success. It's easy, right? It actually isn't. How many times have you, as an example, suggested things that you know you really shouldn't be saying yes to, just to avoid a confrontation or to help someone out because you felt guilty? How many times in your business or work environment, have you said yes to way too many things and you just find yourself running around, spread too thin, often overwhelmed, and again, really achieving nothing? It happens a lot. You have to stay focused on those goals, selfishly so. And a lot of the time when learning this profession specifically, and yes, even when using the training of some of these other programs that are out there in the industry, it's easy to get into this situation where we actually don't know what we should be saying yes to versus no. And this leads to busy being busy. If these programs were sold on the basis of making sure you were busy, then they'd be worth their weight in gold. But being busy doesn't mean you are making money, right? And in our world, that means you are definitely a long way from being successful. So how do you get good at saying no? Get real clear on those goals again, right? When you know what you want and why you are doing it, it is so easy to filter the things that you should be saying yes to versus no. So remember this, 99% of the time you should always be saying no. Use that as a trigger in your head. Number 3, learn to practice perspective on all things. Perspective matters, guys. It's really simple. It's kind of everything as far as I'm concerned. A lack of perspective leads directly to a lack of accuracy. And a lack of accuracy brings negative emotion. Negative emotion is definitely not conducive to success or happiness, right? Perspective actually matters. Again, if 10 people observed the specific situation, you would have 10 different perspectives of the same thing. Understand, no matter what your current life situation is, you already have it good. You are alive for one thing, right? You likely have food, you likely have clothes and some form of roof over your head. You have the foundations of success and happiness already laid, or you would if that was your perspective. You can, of course, change that perspective. And, I don't have enough food as an example, or the food that I want, I don't have it. My clothes are old, they're bad, the place I live in is horrible. Which perspective do you think is more conducive to success and happiness? It's pretty obvious, right? Perspective is an internal thing. Again, it's a choice. We choose how we perceive things. A conscious choice eventually becomes a habit. And this habit is a good one to develop, 100%. Happiness is fragile, guys, when it is based on external things. You will never be happy if external things can change your emotional state of being. Yet when we practice perspective and we live in gratitude for the things that we have, life becomes good. Everything is great, and all we are doing every day is building on that foundation that we're laying constantly. It's a very different way to live than most choose, but trust me, given the choice of happiness versus the alternative, I know what I would actually be choosing to do. Number 4 is getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Now, I do talk about this a lot on other videos because being uncomfortable is essentially where our growth lies. The fact is, no one achieves success or happiness without being comfortable being uncomfortable, right? So we should constantly put ourselves in positions where we aren't comfortable, because if we want to become a successful business loan broker, an example, we have to be uncomfortable a lot. And it's a good thing, but it doesn't have to just be about loan brokering. It could be anything in life. Maybe it's your health, maybe the way you structure your daily routine. It doesn't matter. Just remember, being uncomfortable is exactly where you need to be to grow. Embrace it even if it's painful, because no pain, no gain, right? Number 5, appreciate and celebrate the small things. Even if those small things aren't connected to money or funding deals or anything like that with the business. If we can find happiness in the small things, guys, and really appreciate those moments, you will be among the minority of people in this world with the ability to do so. For me, this is the route to happiness. The small things don't even need to be connected to your loan brokerage, right? It could be something like enjoying a walk with your dog, with your family, enjoying the scenery on that walk, enjoying your children, enjoying your family as a whole, your partner, your wife, your husband. It's about valuing the moment, taking a pause, taking a breath, and cherishing that time. These are the moments that stick in your mind. These are the ones that matter. And a lot of people just overlook this stuff, right? Because life is hectic. Well, screw that. take a step back and just appreciate this gift of life, the journey that you are committed to now, the journey that you're on, and the success and happiness that you're ultimately going to achieve. It starts with what you do today. It starts with how you choose to behave and act. So change the habits first. Keep going through these things. I've actually got these things on my wall, believe it or not, because even I need to be daily reminded, because you can just get caught up in the hectic chaos that is life. So you choose your happiness, you ultimately choose your success, guys. If you live by those rules, I promise you, there's no way you can't build a successful loan brokerage, no matter what you might be telling yourself right now. And there's no way you don't get happiness, because happiness is not about money, okay? It's not about how big your business is or your brokerage is or anything like that. It's always about the small things. So keep focused on that. I really hope this helped you guys. Please subscribe to our channel. Please like this video if indeed you liked it. I really want to kind of impact more people. So if you can help me on that, I'd be really appreciative. And again, please leave any comments if you have any kind of guidance on anything else you might want me to share. I like to go deep, as you kind of already realised. I don't focus on the high level stuff that a lot of people do about loan brokering. Guys, trust me, the nuts and bolts, that stuff's easy. You need to go deeper if you really want to achieve something worthwhile in life. And that's really my aim with these videos. So hope it helped, hope you liked it. See you on the next one.